Guess what day it is? Well, for anyone who isn't Adam Levine or his publicist, probably their lucky day. Why, you ask? Simply because the kind of PR crisis Adam's gotten himself into this time will take, let's just say that, a lot more than a simple apology video. If you don't know what this is about, don't worry, this video's got you fully covered, down to the reaction memes. Intrigued? Without wasting any more time, let's get into it. First things first, what exactly happened? If you thought TikTok was all cringe and no controversy, think again. Trust us when we say this, the application has fueled and generated its fair share of scandals over the years, some that even surpassed YouTube exposés in terms of fallout, which we'll have to admit, for a short-form platform, is no small feat. Before you ask, no, they're not sponsoring any of this negative publicity. The major reason why we've been harping on about TikTok is, well, it's where Adam Levine's alleged cheating rumors first began. Yep, you heard that right. His latest PR nightmare is an old affair and then some more. And guess what? The whistleblower was none other than his ex-mistress, Sumner Straw. Before we get into the details, it's important for you to know that Straw, who's a 23-year-old Instagram model, dated Levine for about a year. The two had apparently lost all contact, but then Adam decided to reach out to her with what can only be described as the most bizarre request we've heard to date. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maroon 5 frontman asked her if he could, brace yourself, name his unborn child after her. To quote, "I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious." For those of you who don't know, Adam's wife, Behati Prinsloo, is pregnant with their third child. In fact, Sumner posted the TikTok only 3 days after Prinsloo announced her pregnancy to fans via Instagram. Now that the cat's finally out of the bag, let's get into the model's motivations for exposing him, as well as other comments. Let's learn more about her intentions and additional comments. From what we've understood, Sumner wouldn't have posted this video were it not for some of her friends, who are now, we hope, her ex-friends. Confused? Allow us to explain. Basically, she had to come clean because one of her trusted friends went to the tabloids with screenshots of her and Adam's conversations. Screenshots that she admits she recklessly shared with them. Anywho, since she didn't want people to fill in the gaps in her friend's story with the wrong information, she decided it'd do good to beat the tabloids to the expose. Now that her motivations are out of the way, here are some of her other comments as well. We've explained what she could have meant by them to the best of our abilities. To begin with, she expressed that since she was quite young on top of being an up-and-coming model when she first met Levine, she feels that the relationship was actually both exploitative and manipulative. Simply put, she's using the H card here, but we'll get into that later. Coming back to the comments, she also compared Maroon 5 songs to elevator music, implying that the band has not brought out anything worthwhile for some time now. This, as far as we're concerned, she might have done to avoid allegations of this whole video being a cheap publicity stunt. Then she explained her fears about the plethora of negative stereotypes about Instagram models feeding into this fiasco as well. This comment, according to us, also ties into the upcoming publicity stunt allegations. Alright, now that you know her side of the story, let's move on to Adam's. Let's also look at Adam's side of the story and his other PR nightmares. So far, both Adam and Behati have been silent on the news, but let's remind you that it's only been a few hours since the video hit the internet, so this debacle can go a number of ways in the coming days. But looking at his previous record, we've a feeling that it's going to blow over pretty easily. For those of you who don't know, the world's sexiest man is also the world's we mean, in the past, Adam has feuded with a number of his colleagues, including Lady Gaga and Christina Aguilera. Sources say that he called Christina a big effing C-word, but most people, fans or otherwise, seem to have forgotten that. Similarly, from our observations of the discussions surrounding this issue, we know that his comments about cheating being a genetic thing have also been forgotten. In case you're not the type to keep up with celebrity news, in 2009, he told Cosmopolitan that monogamy is not in our genetic makeup. People cheat. I have cheated. He did follow this up with the admission that it feels bad. But if you ask us, it does nothing for his weird opinions or the fact that at one point he was rumored to be dating not one, but 3 whole people at the same time. And then there's all those times where he dissed the VMAs as well as the time he admitted to hating America. Poof, it's all faded into oblivion. The bottom line is he has a way of overcoming PR problems, but this time around, his wife and kids are also involved. Again, it's best to wait for things to completely unfold. Not to mention the meme takeover. If you've been on the internet for as long as you can remember, you definitely know that netizens don't know when to give it a rest. Be it impending war or cheating rumors, they've memes for every occasion. Let's check out some of our favorites, but before we begin, we'd like to put out a disclaimer that we fully understand how grave this situation is. We're only adding these reactions to give you the complete picture. First of all, there's the Shakira on her desktop meme from Twitter, captioned, and we quote, "waiting for the Adam Levine drama to hit Twitter." Another one that's been doing rounds is the "explaining to my mom" meme, captioned, "me explaining the Adam Levine mistress drama, my boyfriend trying to watch Monday Night Football." Last but not least, the mixed reactions. Besides these memes, there have been, as we mentioned earlier, quite a few TikToks dismissing the exploitation angles as well. One account actually went ahead and explained how Sumners only started using the exploitation card or the age card just now. In case you didn't know, Levine is in his 40s, whereas Sumner, like we said before, is only 23. Now the problem is that previously she was making a number of TikToks sending all kinds of hints to Adam and appreciating his advances. All of these videos featured Maroon 5 songs, which, just by the way, she later compared to elevator music and had captions that can be read as hints. This of course doesn't justify anything, but again, we need to give you the complete picture. Speaking of, not all videos are in Adam's favor. A number of people, as a matter of fact, believe that he really groomed Stroh. Some of them have even gone as far as to compare him to Leonardo DiCaprio. Before you ask, let's point out that while most people are supporting Bihati, there are a few netizens who think that since Stroh's hotter than Bihati, it all makes sense. As a result of his strange request, some people have also casted doubt on the names of his first two daughters, Dusty Rose Levine and Gio Grace Levine. Yeah, as insane as that sounds, it's quite plausible when you take the previously mentioned cheating comments into account. In other news, Bihati Prince Lou shows off her baby bump. A few days before the cheating rumors came to light, Adam's wife, Bihati, posted a photo dump to Instagram. It included a bunch of photos like an ad for the couple's Calirosa tequila brand, a puppy, and a car radio screen playing, of all things, a Green Day song. But most importantly, her growing baby bump. The collection was captioned recent and was accompanied by a fairy emoji, we believe. As for her fit, she was wearing a tie-dyed shirt pulled over to reveal her bump. She paired this with loose-fitting white pants and casual black and white sneaks. Expecting mothers, take note. Moving on to Maroon 5 will be performing in Tokyo after 3 years. Good news for Maroon 5 fans in Japan. Believe it or not, the band is all set to perform in Japan at the Osaka Dome to be exact, come December 2022. It's been a little over 3 years since the band's last performance in the country. Similarly, they'll also be touring Korea in the month of November. Finally, Bruno Mars joins the list of artists performing in Tokyo this year. Speaking of the Osaka Dome, Bruno Mars will also be performing in Japan after a long period. That too, alongside artists like Avril Lavigne and Maroon 5, his tour is likely to begin in October and he'll be performing at both the Osaka and Tokyo domes. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think? Is there any way to the manipulation line of argument? How would you have reacted in this complicated situation? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.